I'm going to tell you about the best choices for the plug-in hybrids in 2019 now that Chevy Volt is going to be discontinued. As you can see, I'm the proud owner of one, and I'm really sad about it, along many other people, owners and non-owners, because it's really been the best plug-in hybrid you can get. There's another car that's also going to be discontinued, also a plug-in hybrid that was going to make my list. By the way, the list is of plug-in hybrids that can go over 30 miles on an all-electric range, because if it's under that, I'm not really sure if it's even suitable for even daily driving, because with the weather, with the cold weather especially, and using air conditioning and lights and all of that stuff, the range really goes down to almost nothing. So let's just talk about the plug-in hybrids, your choices for 2019. All of this is coming up next. Taking over the world, electrifying the world, E4 Electric. Welcome to E4 Electric, your number one choice of unbiased electric car news. And of course, if this is your first time here, go ahead and click on that subscribe button down there so you don't miss anything moving forward. All right. As you guys know, I absolutely love my Chevy Volt, even though I have a Tesla Model S. This car is awesome. And, I use this a lot of times too for long distance trips, so I don't have to be, stuck at, 40, 45 minutes at superchargers. Yes, I use, gas still a little bit, but it's such a tiny amount. I mean, my mailman uses more gas in any given year delivering mail to me than I use for the trips in my Volt. But nevertheless, it's, I don't know if you've heard, but it's been discontinued. So I think that I'm going to make a few of them still in 2019. So grab one if you can. But other than that, it's going to be gone. Now, another car that was going to make my list of plug-in hybrids with over 30-mile range was going to be Cadillac CT6 plug-in hybrid. I had to get a screenshot of their website archives because their media site doesn't even have that anymore. That's how fast they're running away from it. GM has just been disappointing in just so many ways, because this is a GM brand again, right? So they will still have a CT6 as a lots of gas guzzler type of a car, but the plug-in hybrid is gone. Other than that, I think it was at a pretty decent 31-mile range on an all electric charge, but it is gone. All right, so let's talk about the ones that are still here. Now, I'm going to give an honorable mention to Karma Rivero. As you know, this brand just came out of Fisker, what used to be Fisker Automotive, now kind of split up into Fisker Inc. That's now by Henrik Fisker, who's been on my show a couple of times, and then Karma, that's making this car called Rivero. Now, it's got 37-mile all-electric range, and I mean, it's a pretty cool car, and it is definitely going to make this list. However, it's $130,000 starting with, right? If you have that much money, you're probably better off buying, a Tesla or a couple of them, because you won't really need a plug-in hybrid. Plug-in hybrid is kind of a solution, intermediate solution, if you ask me, for moving forward to an all-electric car. Now, I used to be all about, hey, all-electric or nothing, but I realized that the plug-in hybrids are essentially a gateway drug, if you will, to the all-electric future, because not everyone's comfortable or can afford one that's practical on an everyday basis. All right, so there are only 3 left. And I'm going to tell you about what they are. Before that, of course, I want to remind you that this show and this channel is sponsored by Climate Exchange. And yes, this is the last week of their sponsorship, because what they're advertising in New Year Day raffle. And the raffle, it's very close, only a few days away. So they're raffling off 3 brand new Teslas. They're not selling more than 4,000 tickets, so the chances are pretty damn good. The tickets are $250. There's a link in the description of this video where you can buy it, and I believe it's only US only. So good luck to you. But even if you don't win, you're still doing a good deed, because you're contributing to a nonprofit organization that's moving all of us to a low carbon economy. So thank you to Climate Exchange for being a sponsor for the last 3 months. Hope we will do business again. All right, let's talk about top 3, plug-in hybrids that are actually practical in the next new year. And I'm going to start with, and I'm kind of surprised that this was even on the list, but Chrysler Pacifica. Chrysler Pacifica is a van, essentially, but it does have a 33-mile all-electric range. So obviously in its category, it's pretty much the king. It does start about 40,000, which is, but before incentives, right? So you can essentially get it to down to 30,000 if you have a big family or if you have a business that needs a lot of cargo space. This is a pretty great solution. Now, you probably know this car mainly because it's been used by Waymo in their self-driving cars, even though Waymo is now placed for like a 20,000 unit order with Jaguar for their all-electric I-Pace. But these are the cars that they're using right now, and that's, I think that's how I found out that it even exists. But nevertheless, Chrysler Pacifica, I would say number three on my list. Depends on what you need. If you really have a big family, that's number one on your list. And again, the price is relatively affordable. Now, number two, and this was probably the best bang for your buck, of course, is Honda Clarity. I didn't really even consider it when I was, shopping for a plug-in hybrid, simply because I personally don't want to give money to a company that has been so resistant to the all-electric car movement. And I'm not really crazy about the look either, so that's why I didn't. But listen, if you're just shopping for a car, you want none of this electric car movement revolution type of stuff. Hey, this is pretty good. This is, I mean, 47-mile all electric range. And it starts at 34,000. So, after all the incentives, we're talking about way below 30s, like kind of low 20s even in some cases. So a great choice, and it's a Honda, so obviously the support and usually build quality and longevity of these cars are pretty good. But number one choice, I would say, well, in range, right? And as much as I don't like the way this car looks or what the brand is doing with all of their technology, if you will. It is the BMW i3 with a extender, right? I mean, BMW i3, they technically kind of everybody knows it because it's a pretty bad all-electric car with about 100-mile range. I know they kind of opted for I think 120, 130, but and to me, it's really, really, really not good looking, for the lack of the better word. But it is once it has a range extender, it kind of becomes a really great plug-in hybrid, right? Again, still the looks, but a lot of people bought it. A lot of people actually like it. I don't know why, but you can't really argue about taste, right? So, for those of you who do, it's got a 97-mile range. Unbeatable, right? It does start with almost 50,000, 49,000, but I've seen some really good deals, whether either an energy company like PG&E or a Costco membership would get you like $10,000 off. That's an addition, and another up to 10,000 you can get off. So we're talking about you can get this car for about 30 grand if you do it at the right time. And of course, this is MSRP. You can still get deals, especially lease. I always recommend the cars being leased, especially electric cars. So yeah, I mean, it pays me to tell you guys, but at this point, by far, BMW i3 with an extender is pretty much your best choice. But again, depending what your needs are, what your budget is, I mean, Honda Clarity is still going to come a little bit lower than even BMW i3 with all of the incentives. And again, Chrysler Pacifica is still in play. But if you're super rich and you just must have Karma, then it's available to you as well at $130,000. Let me know if you guys are shopping for a plug-in hybrid. Why plug-in and why not, let's say, all-electric? Because there are quite, I mean, I have a different video for this, but there are quite a few really decent all-electric cars are now coming out in 2019. Let me know what your needs are, why you're getting the plug-in hybrid, and what's your number one choice right now. I'm really, really curious. Other than that, see you guys next time, and remember to stay charged.